The Knicks are close to getting back more talent. We have a major update on Mitchell Robinson and when he's going to return for the Knicks. And an NBA insider recently revealed why the Knicks didn't make a major move at the trade deadline. Spoiler alert, it had to do with Mitchell Robinson and how they feel about his health and him returning to this team. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, guys, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are still on that mission to get to 25,000 subscribers, and we are so close. If you want to help us reach this goal, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. Massive update on Mitchell Robinson's return. Mitchell Robinson's time on the sidelines may be over sooner than expected. Earlier this week, it was reported that Mitchell Robinson was cleared for full contact. But this next update from head coach Tom Thibodeau, it revealed that Robinson is closer to returning than any one of us ever expected. Let's go ahead and break down these latest reports from head coach Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to NBA insider Steve Popper with Newsday for giving us the following information about Mitchell Robinson. According to him, Mitchell Robinson was cleared for contact earlier this week after a long rehab period from his ankle surgery in May. Head coach Tom Thibodeau has speculated that he could join the team in practice soon, and he has been accompanying the Knicks on the road for team meetings to be ready to jump into the game plan when he's cleared to play. That is not a small consideration, given that he has never played with Towns and Bridges and was only on the floor with OG Anunoby for 6 regular season and 6 playoff games. But even though that's the case, Tom Thibodeau gave us the following update about Mitchell Robinson and potentially if he can return to practice this week. Thibodeau stated, "I'm hopeful. He's chomping at the bit, so you just have to go step by step." And according to NBA insider with SNY Ian Begley, Mitchell Robinson has been cleared for full contact in practice, but he isn't yet cleared for full practice as he still needs to get through some steps before he's allowed to play in 5-on-5 scrimmages with contact. But according to the recent updates that we have today, Mitchell Robinson has made progress in practice and has been able to do quite a bit. However, Tom Thibodeau did confirm that Mitchell Robinson is not doing 5-on-5 scrimmaging yet. Tom Thibodeau is hopeful that Mitchell Robinson will return to practice very soon. That is a huge update. He was recently just cleared for contact, so I am shocked that he's close to returning to full practice at this point. That would be a huge step for the Knicks. We clearly need him and his defense inside. If the Knicks are able to add Mitchell Robinson, a fully healthy Mitchell Robinson, our defense will take another step up. It will level up in a way that nobody expected. And the best part about all of this is we now have a better understanding and an estimate on when Mitchell Robinson will return. And it's very, very soon. Shout out to James L. Edwards of The Athletic for giving us the following information. According to him, it appears New York's big deadline acquisition will be the return of Mitchell Robinson, who I'm anticipating being back after the All-Star break. With the long shot, he plays sometime next week, as he was just recently cleared for contact. After All-Star break, potentially next week, you're telling me there's a chance that Mitchell Robinson returns for the Knicks this month? Because if that's the case, it's much earlier than I expected. I anticipated Mitchell Robinson being back early March. If he comes back after All-Star break or even before All-Star break and is able to give the Knicks consistent minutes, I don't care even if it's 10 minutes. If he can do that consistently each and every night, that would be a huge step. I would have never anticipated Robinson being ahead of schedule. But according to all of these updates, that's exactly what it sounds like. The Knicks need him. They need his defense, they need his rebounding, and they need his presence inside. When he's in the paint, anybody who's driving inside, they have that fear inside them when they see Mitchell Robinson. And because of that, they don't go in the paint anymore. They pass the ball, and it makes the play easier to predict, and that makes it easier to read, and hopefully the Knicks can get some steals off of that, have some more fast break points, some plays in transition, and that's where they're most deadly. I'm hoping that Mitchell Robinson's presence inside will help the Knicks in that regard as well, too. But we all recently saw the NBA trade deadline come and go, and the Knicks only really made one trade, one lower-level move. They moved Jericho Sims in a trade to the Milwaukee Bucks to get DeLon Wright on this team. But they didn't make a major trade, and there's a main reason for that. If they needed to make that major trade happen, there's one player they would have had to include in that deal, and it's Mitchell Robinson. And after all of these reports, it's clear Mitchell Robinson is close to returning. And that is the very reason why the Knicks did not make a major trade happen at the deadline. They have faith in Mitchell Robinson. They believe in him. They believe in his health. And they believe that when he returns for the Knicks, he is going to be able to play consistently. If they didn't believe that, then Mitchell Robinson would have been traded, or we would have saw another big added to this roster. Neither of those things happened, indicating that the Knicks believe and want to see Mitchell Robinson play with this roster that we have, that we've built over the offseason, that he's never had the chance to play with yet. And you don't got to take my word for it. NBA insider with Newsday, Steve Popper, confirmed the exact same thing. According to him, it's hard to argue with the approach the Knicks had at the trade deadline, particularly when moving Sims and not chasing another center might be the clearest sign that the Knicks really do believe that Mitchell Robinson will be healthy enough to make a difference headed toward the postseason. The Knicks almost certainly wouldn't have moved Sims and not acquired insurance at center if they didn't believe that Robinson could provide minutes this season. Towns has been a deserving all-star this season, rebounding at a career best rate while spending his minutes almost exclusively at center after playing alongside Rudy Gobert in Minnesota in recent seasons. Tom Thibodeau has experimented, particularly as of late without Anunoby, who is nursing a sprained foot, playing rookie Ariel Hukporti alongside Karl Anthony Towns. Robinson could either provide minutes off the bench in place of Towns or play along him at times when Anunoby is not on the floor. Do you need any more evidence that the Knicks protected Mitchell Robinson at the deadline because they have faith in him, they believe in him, and because of all of those reasons, they did not want to trade him? They needed a big man anyways, so why trade a big man that you need if he's close to returning and when healthy, he's the perfect piece for this team? That's exactly what the Knicks were thinking, and that's why they didn't trade Mitchell Robinson. And if you don't believe me, and you don't believe NBA insider with Newsday Steve Popper, how about head coach Tom Thibodeau? Will you believe him? Because he basically confirmed it today too in a press conference with the media. Shout out to Knicks videos on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, Tom Thibodeau is asked if the Knicks not adding a backup center is a sign of their faith in Mitchell Robinson. His response, "You guys read the tea leaves." He followed that up by stating the following: "We like our team a lot. We're excited about Mitch, but we also feel that Ariel and Precious have done a good job as well too." It's scary to think that an organization like the Knicks could have so much faith in Mitchell Robinson after all of the injuries that he's dealt with over his career. Maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe in his rehab, he has looked phenomenal, better than he's ever looked before. We don't know because we haven't seen him yet. But according to all of these reports, he is close to returning. He is close to practicing with the team. 5-on-5 scrimmaging is about to happen soon. And once that happens, he's likely returning maybe a week after that. Again, he's not there yet. But as we heard from NBA insider with The Athletic, James L. Edwards, he stated here that he believes Mitchell Robinson will either be back after All-Star break with a long shot possibility that he's cleared to play sometime next week. Again, these are huge updates about Robinson. A few weeks ago, we didn't know when Mitchell Robinson was going to return. We thought March, we thought April, but now he could potentially return this month. We need a big like Mitchell Robinson inside. I want to see how it looks next to Precious Achiuwa. I want to see how it looks next to Karl Anthony Towns, because I think next to Towns, our offense will be top tier and our defense will be a lot better than it is right now. And that's exactly what we need. And Mitchell Robinson's presence inside might help the Knicks guard the three ball a little bit better than they have been. Listen to why. Mitchell Robinson by himself can stop penetrators. He honestly doesn't need help, so he can man the paint by himself. That helps our wings not have to collapse the defense inside. They can stick to their man, stick to the outside, and make sure all these three balls that opposing teams are shooting against us, they are taking harder shots. And if we're able to do that, contest those shots better, we're going to be a better defensive team. We're going to be able to run in transition a lot better than we have been, maybe even more. And that means easier buckets, easier plays, and hopefully an easier game for Mitchell Robinson. If he can return and we can take some of the load off of him on the defensive end and on the rebounding end, he's going to be better, potentially could stay healthier longer. And if he's coming off the bench for New York, he might not play over 20 minutes a night. And there's no need to add a big if you're going to get a big like Mitchell Robinson back that you can add to this team and watch what he can do to your defense. And he is by far one of the best players when healthy for this team. And talk about Tom Thibodeau, guys. He is probably the ultimate Tom Thibodeau guy that we have on this team. I am just hoping that when he returns, we get a fully healthy, fully active, and fully ready to go Mitchell Robinson, because that's what we're going to need for the rest of this regular season and for our postseason push. But what about you guys? What do you think about these following updates about the Knicks and Mitchell Robinson and the fact that Robinson is very close to returning? And what about the Knicks not making a major trade happen at the deadline? Because if they did that, they would have likely had to include Mitchell Robinson in that deal. And as all of the reports indicated, New York did not want to give up Mitchell Robinson because he is very close to returning. And when healthy, he is the perfect piece for this team. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.